The reason why you're not becoming profitable is because you have a too large of an ego. I had eventually to drop my ego and realize that even though I thought I was really close to getting profitable, I had to ask myself, so what was the result of the last month? And then I realized that it wasn't that good. And then I told myself, but it's because I don't follow the strategy. And if I was to follow the strategy, it would have been way better. But then I actually asked myself, like, okay, let's say you follow the strategy. How many % would you have made last month? And then I realized that it wasn't that much. Maybe 2%, maybe 3%. And that was if I did everything perfect. And the thing is, we never do, because it's not that easy. Like, things happen in the market and it is what it is. So I actually had to drop my ego, and instead of buying a new challenge, whatever, I had to invest in a mentorship. I had to sit down and I had to trade demo accounts for 3 months. I had to invest in a mentorship instead of buying a new challenge. And I had to not try to make any money for those 3 months. And that's actually when things started to click, because I treated this like a video game without any consequences. Because on a demo account, like, you can do whatever you want, but you won't, because there is no money to make. So why would you trade outside of your plan on a demo account? It doesn't make any sense. So I actually started to perform really well on that demo account, and I realized that I never took a partial or profit early. I never closed the trade before it hit stop loss or eventually break even, and everything just clicked. I took really few trades. I took really good trades. I always waited for the best entry, because why would I care on a demo account? There is no money to make. So if the market just moves without me, then okay, I still saw the trade, I just didn't enter, so nothing changed. And then I actually realized that I could make way more by doing it this way. But that's why, I'd been trading for 3 years straight without doing demo account, live for 3 years straight. And I never took the break, the mental reset, to not be in that fight or flight mode. And I realized how lost I got in these charts, in this game. Like, I had to really stop doing the live trades and ask myself, what am I actually doing? So, because you almost lose your identity, like, you're just waiting for that next trade from Monday to Friday, and in the weekends you kind of relax, but you kind of don't, because you think about what you did bad that week, you think about the next week, and you just become lost. You're losing yourself in these charts. And that's why you're never able to learn, to sit down and learn, because you're always in this fight or flight mode, and you can never learn in a fight or flight state of mind. So but the thing is, you still want to feel like you're making progress. That's why I'm saying, instead of wasting your money on new challenges or in the market, use your money on a mentorship. Actually join a mentorship, try to learn something from someone who's actually profitable. That way your mind feels like you're actually making progress, but not in the way of making profit in the market or making money, but you have something to go to. You have structure, you have that mentorship, you have that community. And once you actually invest in your self-education, you start to take this stuff way more serious as well, because you realize that you actually paid for this stuff, so you start to take it more seriously. That's why if something is free, you don't value it that much. Like, people who go to a free university most likely doesn't value that stuff the same way someone who pays for it does. Not only because the paid university is probably a bit better, but it's also because you paid a lot to be there. So you can't pay that much to just get there and just look at reels in class. But if it's free, you don't value it that much, and it's probably not as good either. So if you get to that paid community and you realize that I've paid a lot to be here, so I better ask the mentor some questions, I better pay attention, I better take this stuff seriously, your identity shifts from someone who's just going into the market to someone who actually take this stuff seriously. And it's all about information as well, because like most mentors teach on YouTube, but like it's not the same. They don't take it that seriously, and it's not the same basically. So by doing that, by lowering your ego, by actually learning from someone, and that means you don't try to think that you know better, or like you don't think that you need to have any control over the markets. You realize that you have to drop your ego completely the next 3 months, and it's just about learning from others basically. And if you can't do that, if you can't not trade live for 3 months, then you have a way bigger issue than not knowing what setup to take on the charts. And that's why you never become profitable, because if you can't even, like, you're currently not profitable, but you can't even sit down and not press buy or sell with real money for 3 months, that in itself show that you have some deeper issues that you need to take care of before you can think about becoming profitable. Because it doesn't matter, you're going to blow that account, blow those profits eventually either way. Even if you make it now, you haven't built a foundation, so you're going to lose everything sooner or later once market conditions change, or once like you go into a losing streak. You're going to lose everything because you haven't built the foundation. So build the foundation first, then you can go in and you can pass any challenge you want in like 3 weeks. There is no issue. Like once you get to that point, you can pass any challenge in 3 weeks. You can get those payouts, and you realize that you didn't waste any time at all. So that's it for today, guys. Really wish you guys good luck, and I'll see you soon.